also watching DanDaDan, 2 episodes in so far. And the animation by Sansaru, who also animated Scott Pilgrim Takes Off and Devilman
Yep.
Crybaby, is incredible. They're killing it. And like I said when I read the first 3 chapters, the show gets weirdly sexual in the way that anime does sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that's gonna fly in today's climate. I was watching the normies react to it, and one of them just had a face of disgust on his on he just had a look of disgust on his face for like like a third of the episode. He was just like, it looked like the video had frozen. He was just sitting completely still with the same expression on his face for like 10 minutes. It was insane.
Sounds insane.
But like, it depends on how they do it and how much they do stuff like this going forward, on whether or not it like starts to turn me off. Like because like while what happened in the first episode was creepy, it was creepy in a purposeful way because it was involving aliens. So it's like you'll watch it,
Mm.
if you once you get around to watch, you'll probably see it and be like, this is weird, but it's like I get it. But like, hopefully it never gets like Soul Eater's level of weird.
Yeah.
So far there's no pervert characters yet. I'm like I said, only 2 episodes in, so who knows. With the
Right.
anime like this, there might be one. I hope there isn't. I don't want to put that out into the world. Um,
Yeah.
a pervert character in a show like this would probably be the worst thing ever. I really hope that isn't the case. But I am enjoying it so far. I suggest checking that
That's
out.
good.
I want to read the manga, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to spoil the show for myself, so I'm just watching.
Right. Makes sense.
Maybe after the first season, I'll start reading it. There's something else I was gonna say about the show. Can't remember. I am also watching the remake of Ranma One Half, which is
How is it?
on Netflix. Now I remember. I wanted to mention DanDaDan is on Netflix, right?
Yes.
But I purchased Crunchyroll to watch it. And now I immediately regret it. Like, well, now I gotta I gotta watch One Piece now because I was like,
Right.
I have Crunchyroll, I have to use it, and I'm only gonna have it this month because there's one other thing I'm watching on it, but I don't think I'm gonna keep it to continue watching that thing. But
Makes sense.
yeah, DanDaDan's on Netflix. So is Rama One Half.
Mm.
And I see why it's a cult classic. Mappa is killing it in all their overworked glory on the animation. The art style is nothing like they've ever made. Like you've seen the trailer. It looks real good, and it does not look. You wouldn't assume that it was animated by Mappa. Granted, of course, they're
Right.
animators. Their whole thing is to be chameleon, to be able to work in any art style. But like, it's very different from
Yeah.
any style that they've ever done before. Yeah, it's incredible. It's very vibrant, and the fight choreography is great. Maybe this will get me
Nice,
into some
nice.
more shoujo because I don't read a lot of shoujo.
Yeah.
Um, so the other anime on Crunchyroll that I started watching is ReZero. Have you ever seen ReZero?
Mm. I have seen like the first episode of it. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, understandably. I'm not even sure if it's still for me because I enjoyed it back when I was watching it, but now I'm watching it again. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't like this show. So it's back after like 2 years, I think, and
Really?
they deserve to be on the chopping block alongside Tower of God because they did not have a recap, and it's been so long. Like I was like, I don't remember. I barely remember anything. I didn't remember anything Tower of God at all. But this one, I at least remembered some things, but like a lot happened. So I was like, I'm gonna watch it and hope that they have something at some point that reminds me of what happened in the last 2 seasons. And
Mm.
they did, and
Did they?
my memory was jogged um on a lot of things. So I'm not as confused as I was in like the first 13 minutes of the show.
That's
um
good.
but it's one of the better isekai out there. No hate to the genre, it's not usually for me. I'm not into the whole harem thing that they usually go for. And this kind of like there definitely still is a harem 100%, but it's like they try to like tackle the tropes in a different way that I thought was really fun when I first watched it. Kind of subvert them a little bit, and I'm starting to realize that maybe there are too many lolis in this show for my liking.
Mm.
Cause one, I'm like, little girl, actually 100 years old. As long as nobody's like trying to date this child, technically century-year-old character, but
Right.
either way, it's weird.
It's like it's weird.
It's weird. That's enough. But then like, there's this other creature that I think is just like a different race, and maybe that's is one of those situations where they're just a different race and that's why they're small. But it's hard to say, and I can't tell if they're trying to be friendly with this other character, or if it's a romantic thing. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening anymore, and like I don't know if I like the show anymore. Like I think it's the same thing that happened to Tower of God is happening to me right now, where it's been so long, and I like forgot so much stuff. Like I forgot why I like the show. So now I
Mm.
don't think I like it anymore because I've I just don't remember what about the show that I liked, and
Right.
I'm now only noticing things that I don't like. So I'm gonna finish the first episode, which is unfortunately an hour and 30 minutes. Luckily, I was a second episode came out, and thank God it's only 23 minutes. Because I was like, I
Okay.
swear to God, if every episode is this long, I'm not watching the show.
It's like
Um,
who's watching an hour of ReZero? Who wants an hour of ReZero?
but like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this episode and see if something recaptures my interest. Otherwise, if not, I'm just gonna watch One Piece until the month is up and
Makes sense.
try to catch up with One Piece. Weirdly enough, Netflix has the most recent arc of One Piece, but they don't have like
Everything that
the
comes before it.
no, they have like I forget where they stop at, but like there's like three arcs in between that they're missing from the most recent arc and like
Mm.
the arc before those three arcs. It's real weird because I was like, otherwise I just watch One Piece on Netflix. But like, yeah, I'm gonna catch up on One Piece, and then I'll probably start watching on Netflix. Actually, there's no comment. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna catch up on it. I'm going to watch more One Piece. Whether or not I catch up is up to God.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know if I like the show anymore. I don't even like. Yeah, it has to remind me why I like it because I remember really liking it, but now I'm not so sure. But
Mm.
speaking of shows that I really like, last but certainly not least, the GOAT has returned. Bleach is back in all of its beautifully
Mm.
animated glory by Studio Pierrot, and I can't really say much other than that it's good because I don't want to spoil it for you. Have you watched Bleach?
Right.
Have you read it?
I read like the first volume of the manga many, many moons ago when I was a young individual in the library. Never got past the first volume, and I've never watched the anime. But I've heard many good things from both you and a lot of other people about Bleach, and I've been meaning to get into it now that I'm older and can appreciate it better.
Yeah, I'd always suggest reading it because this is an anime from like 2002. So the
Mm.
pacing is abysmal. It's not good.
Mm.
So I would just like read it and then watch the Thousand Year Blood War arc because the
Makes
Thousand Year Blood
sense.
War arc was made like years after the manga ended. So like they don't have to
Mm.
like uh there's no need for padding to try and let the manga catch up. They're just animating it and adding more information because Kubo didn't really get to write that final arc the way he wanted to. So
Mm.
it's real good. The animation is so good. It's better than the series has ever been in terms of animation. So yeah, it's good. I honestly really want Studio Pro to remake the entire show, or everything
Mm.
up before the Thousand Year Blood War arc in the same style as the Thousand Year Blood War
Right.
arc. I think that would be
Makes
really
sense.
cool. Because just like One Piece, Naruto, like I said, early Bleach has horrible pacing, and it could use the Dragon Ball Z Kai treatment, like One Piece is getting, I think, next year. So yeah.